In the past, I always felt tired to do pretty much everything. It was really hard for me to just sit down and do the things that I really needed to do because there wasn't any energy left for me. So when I was just sitting there and just wanted to just learn math, I mean, I needed to learn a bunch of math. There was no energy in me, even though it was just a morning. Why is that? No matter how many times I slept, no matter how much hours I slept, it didn't help me to be more motivated or to be more tired, to be more energized. I was still just tired to do anything. Why is that? First thing first, tiredness, mostly, it's just a feeling, I would say. And feelings are actually temporarily. The first thing first that you need to acknowledge is that tiredness are temporarily. It's not only based on how your body typically physically tired or not, but it can actually mean that you are mentally tired. And that could be another thing, which means simply you have a lot of things to hold in your brain, which is another problem. But if you have tiredness, just you don't want to do anything, it's just hard for you to just sit down and do it, out of nowhere, I would say. First thing first that you need to acknowledge is that did you how much you ate previously, what you ate, and what you had on a lunch. It is pretty good idea because your food, whatever you eat, can actually generate energy differently. So if you had a really strong meal, even if you just want to work afterwards, you will feel super tired. Why is that? Because if you like me, you will probably overeat, and your body will just simply focus on I don't know, process some food, and afterwards you just want to do something else. It doesn't have any energy to switch from, for example, processing the food and just doing the things that you need to do. So it will just try to process the food itself. But if everything all right with your diet and everything all right, just you don't overeat and you just doesn't feel right, just you just woke up and you just don't want to do anything, pretty much. The second thing that you need to acknowledge is that sometimes whenever you just think about something, because I know it's that sometimes you just whenever you think about something, you have a thought that's, oh holy crap, it'll be super hard. And at that moment, I do know that you probably had those moments. I hope so, at least. That whenever you're just thinking about that you need to do something, you immediately felt tired. Why is that? Well, first thing first that you need to acknowledge is that tiredness actually just completely equal to your thoughts that you have about something. If you feel like it will be hard for you to sit down and learn how to draw anatomy, it will be hard and you will be tired afterwards. If you, for example, working on something, specifically I was working on just making controls of my player in my game. Within 30 minutes, I was completely tired. It was super hard for me to sit down and continue doing that. Why is that? My brain thought that, well, it's just a waste of time if we would continue doing that. So let me actually remove every energy and let me not do it. That's how brain works. Whenever you think about something that is hard, it will be hard. Because your brain is just efficient and it doesn't want to waste your time on something that is hard. Because, whenever you just sit down and, for example, I don't know, do the drawing or do something that is really easy for you. So I guess just simply brushing your teeth is easy for you, not for me, okay? But if it's easy for you, just simply wake up and brush your teeth, your brain will give you energy to just go and brush your teeth. Or if it's important to you, you really know that it's important. And your value, it is your value, I would say, to do it. And it's your destiny to do it. Your brain will give you a lot of energy. Just sit down and continue, giving you energy. And sometimes we all know that we can actually work even if we are tired. So if you're like me, you probably played a lot of video games up until midnight. So I was playing video games 10 hours straight in the past. At the end of those 10 hours, I was tired, but I really needed to just sit down and continue doing that. Why is that? Because tiredness is just a feeling. And whenever my mind thinks that we can do it, even though it physically knows that it's hard, he can continue doing it. He thinks that, yeah, we can manage that. We still have some energy, so let's continue. Even though you're feeling super tired, you still can do it. So, in order to actually stop feeling this way, what I recommend you to do is to first acknowledge the fact that it's hard for you. It is really hard for you to sit down and do something. Specifically for me, it is hard for me to just draw the anatomy. I feel like super tired, super overwhelmed to just sit down and to learn anatomy. It's super hard. So whenever you're just acknowledging the fact that it's hard for you, yes, anatomy is really hard for me, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best and try to learn as much as possible about anatomy. And that's when your brain will acknowledge that, yeah, we can actually do that. Like, why is it not? Why it's not? It's not that hard. Simply, I would say, it's switching your mental state and simply having a mental shift to something that you can accomplish something, and it's not that hard. Sometimes you need to actually just simply, I would say, talk with yourself. Not exactly like, not literally, but simply you need to acknowledge why it is hard for you. I don't know why it's hard for you, for example, to wake up in the mornings and just simply do something that you really wanted to do. You need to ask yourself, why is that hard? Why you can't do this? Try to not ask why questions, but what makes you feel tired about it? What makes you feel like you don't want to do it? And if you just think, no, it's not about it. I mean, it's not about, for example, I do like the anatomy. It's not about like something else. It's not about it, pretty much. If, for example, something will happen that will save your time, for example, that you would not do it. So something that you are not controlling. For example, if you are making a game and you just hate towards working on your game, and if electricity just simply went away, for example, if at that moment you will feel so grateful that, yes, finally electricity is gone, now we cannot do this, and now we have I would say an excuse to not do it. That's when you actually need to know that's the thing that will actually destroys your motivation and makes you feel tired. You need to actually try to acknowledge it, be conscious about it, and try to fix it. I hope that this video helped you. So if it helped, subscribe on this channel. If it doesn't, write down in the comments what helped you to improve, for example, improve your tiredness. Some people say that coffee can actually like increase your energy, but it's actually not. It simply numbs the tiredness emotion, pretty much. So whenever you're not drinking coffee, at the end of the coffee, I would say, at the end when coffee effect just simply vanished, you will feel so much more tired. Why is that? Because it simply numbs the tiredness, like simply emotion of the tiredness, but not physical energy. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.